You know him as a Wet Billy, anti-rape guy,
We don't mix with these people. Killer.
Banish the Manage, Black Swan, and Boner Killer. But now he starts as Vader's only weakness, old guy in a bathrobe.
Shit. Shit is fuck.
Luthen RAEL. So for many of you who saw my Andor video, I'm gonna repeat myself a little bit. Let's start with Luthen is my favorite character in Star Wars right now. All thanks to the Tony Gilroy character writing and Stellan Skarsgård performance, and all bunch of other people involved in the creation of this character. Luthen, as he's presented in Andor, is the beginning of the rebellion. His wide-scale impact on defeating the Empire is kinda unmatched. He realizes there is no way for him alone to defeat the Empire. He needs support from as many people as he can get, and those who will help him to achieve the support is the Empire themselves. He knows that the only way for the people to rebel is when they are stomped to the ground, and that alone makes him my favorite character in Star Wars. Now, I don't know every character, I'm counting mostly the movies and the TV series, so calm down, bibliophiles. So, from the movies and the TV series, tell me a character that has Luthen's relentless devotion to do what's necessary to defeat the Nazis. Now I'm gonna do a little comparison to the characters that we see in Andor. Let's start with Mami Mothma. Her devotion to the cause is equal to Luthen's, possibly giving up her daughter's future, living in constant fear for her family. I would actually say she has way more to lose than Luthen, so basically that makes her more devoted, right? Mommy is badass for sure. But she's missing one fatal characteristic, willingness to let innocent people suffer and die. She might not even imagine the path that Luthen is willing to go. She could never do this. Maybe if she would lose everything as Luthen, maybe then, but maybe not even that. I don't think her solution to defeat the Empire would involve suffering of innocent people. It's just not her character. That's why she needs man. Now let's take Andor. He hates the Empire, and he's willing to get his hands dirty, but he lacks the vision. Even after his recruitment at the end, I don't think he believes that the Empire could fall. But he sure as well gonna fight. Before Luthen, he lacks focus, determination, and the most important thing, he is emotional. If you would give him a chance to save someone who he cares about, or fatal hit to the Empire, I think we all know what would Andor choose. By the way, I can see someone seeing that as a strength and not weakness. Man, so many interesting things in Andor, so much depth. Other characters, it's mostly the same. Well, lacks experience. Oh, Nemik, he knows how to write kick-ass block, but again, experience and naivety, you get it, right? Now the other characters in Star Wars. The Jedi left wouldn't go so far as Luthen. They would even maybe try to stop him. Now the opposite side, the radical side, Saw Gerrera. Fucking amazing performance. He can match Luthen's determination, maybe even experience. But his purpose is to survive, to take care of his people and sometimes poke the Empire. He wouldn't plan big attack like Luthen, it's too risky. He operates on a smaller scale. His other flaw is he is unwilling to put aside his differences for the cause, because his cause is not to help the galaxy. Of course, there are the basic characteristics. He is resourceful, he's charismatic, intelligent, sensible, pragmatic, his absolute devotion to defeat the Empire. I think that Purple Nutsack said it best.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
And then we have his ambiguous backstory. Some say it's lazy writing. It's definitely not in Andor. All the focus on Luthen is in the present. The choices that he makes are driven from the opportunities that occur in the present. That just sounds weird. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? They don't rely on his backstory. Like Joker, the backstory that we come up with in our heads, they are all true and all false simultaneously. But for me, the theories about his backstory, those are just another positive for the characters. That also seems weird because I just said they don't rely on the backstory. The writers may not, but for me as a viewer, there's gonna be some backstory. Now, it's not what makes the character great, No, that's wrong, because our choices in the past makes us what we are now. Yeah, but in the movie characters, it's different. You can deduce what he's been through from the action he takes now, from the way he speaks, from what he's saying, and we don't need to see it. I think I just wrap a noose around my neck and I'm choking to death. So, you know what? I'm gonna let my boy Cutie explain it.
That's one of my things. Whether or not the audience knows about it, I know about the character's past, and I just want the actors to know. Now, the audience doesn't need to know. Like, for instance, Brad Pitt's character, Aldo Rain, has a rope burn.
Exactly.
Around his... But I never wanted to explain how it happened.
I desperately wanted to know.
Well, I want you to just figure it out, all right? I mean, it's up to you to supply where that rope burn came from.
Do you get it now? The backstory comes possibly from the creator. We don't need to see it, but if we create our own backstory, we do that, but I see it as a plus for the characterization. It feels like cheating. The theories that people come up with, man, that's just another plus for the characterization. I saw this on Reddit. Luthen's staff, Imperial Guard. I saw people saying it's so strange because these guys are basically Emperor Sims. They are devoted creatures. But did you know they get a group of these fucks together and they all fight till 2 guys are left, and then they do their own Squid Game, and boom. The survivor gets fucked up by green hamster in the rope. Luthen could maybe survive the training and be the simp Lord Cantor, so he knows who Emperor is. Is Luthen RAEL Abaros? I watched a great video about this in the description. I was like, that's him for sure, man. The character evolution into more of a Dooku-like character after clapping some cheeks on Pajal. Then I thought, he's a former Jedi. Top of the hunting list, he changes everything about him, except his name. Okay. Now this one is mine. The girl Kayla, she might be Padawan of different female Jedi that Luthen loved, and she died. These two have some sorts of mentor-trainee relationship. You know, people bitch that sometimes she is better than Luthen. If she is former Padawan, she could be better in many things than Luthen. Or there's also theory that Luthen can work with Maul because he mentioned that he has a cloak on his ship. Luthen falls into the category of pensionable badass, morally grey, people whose willingness to do great good is unmatched by the classic hero. Like Mike or Ozymandias, Varys. Also on top of my list is Stick. Fucking love. Stick. That kind of a good character that makes the bad guys shiver. Rebellion is for young girls with daddy issues and Jesus fanboys. Real men starts revolution, and those are run on sacrifice and blood.